Hey folks, welcome to my new beauty room. Welcome to my space. We got some LED lights on the floor. Waheyo. Yeah, also I have to shout out this beautiful robe. This is from Terrence Williams Designs. It's handmade. Holy shit, it's so pretty. Go check out Terrence's store. He's lovely. Oh my gosh, isn't it pretty? I just had to show it off. I'm obsessed with it. Anyway, hi, welcome to my space. This video was unplanned until like a few hours ago. Mainly because Jaclyn Hill came out with a brand launch announcement on Instagram, and I had so many thoughts right away. And then Hannah, Smoky Glow, was like, collab. And I was like, I wasn't gonna make a video, but now I want to make a video because dang it, we both have thoughts and we both want to talk about it. So we're gonna talk about Jaclyn Hill again today. And I know that there were a lot of people on Twitter, they're like, Abby, do it. Just roast the shit out of her. Do it. Because I think one of the things that people know me for is being mad at Jaclyn Hill. Because honestly, one of my videos that isn't an anti-haul, that's my most viewed, was literally me ranting for like 15 minutes in my car about Lipstick Gate 2 years ago. Jaclyn has come out of hiding in a sense, and if you guys didn't see her video, it was literally 19 minutes of nothing, and it was right after I saw Maggie Mae Fish's video about it, so I was just like really mad about it, and I was like, I need to scream about it. But I want to take a little bit of a breather this afternoon, get out my thoughts before I sat down and actually recorded a video. So this video is a collab with Smoky Glow, Hannah, one of my literal BFFs. So go check out her video after this. I have no idea what she's gonna say. Probably something similar. I don't know, but we say things differently. She's a little more tactful than I am in times. I'm like, I just get a little bit more mad and I curse more. I'm what happens when 4 more years passes and you give less shits. So yeah, go check out Hannah's video on this same topic after this one. If you did not see, on Jaclyn Hill's personal Instagram today and on her business Instagram, posted a new brand announcement video. Before I go any further, I will be the first one to defend Jaclyn when people make fun of her for her weight, for her body, for her filler even. I do not tolerate that shit. So if anybody tries to say some of that in my comments, anybody tries to body shame her in the comments, no. Losing commenting privileges. That I'm not about that. I feel like that's uncalled for. I feel like that's one of those things that she actually uses sometimes to victimize herself even more, which I will get into more. But just I wanted to say before we get started, there will be no body shaming tolerated in the comments. And that's that. A couple of years ago, was it 2 years ago now? Was it 2 years ago when Lipstick Gate happened? It feels like it was more than 2 years ago, but I think it was. Jaclyn Hill launched her brand with lipsticks, with cream bullet lipsticks a couple years ago, and it was, dare I say, as somebody who's been consuming makeup YouTube for 10 years, the worst launch I have ever seen. Like the worst brand launch. It was the biggest failure of a launch I had ever seen because of so many different factors. One, there was very little actual like PR given or notice given to influencers before the actual launch. So that was messy. The lipsticks, when they finally came out, they were hairy. They were filled with contaminants in the actual lipsticks. There were a lot of problems with it. People were finding metal shards. They were finding hair. They were finding plastic. They were finding all kinds of things in the lipsticks that constituted contamination. And that wasn't even the worst of it. The worst of it was how Jaclyn and her team handled the scandal, how they deflected, how she waited in silence for so long, and then finally when she made a video, she said absolutely nothing. Like, I'll leave a link to my video in the description and in a card because it's mostly me yelling, but like I still think I'm making a point. So 2 years ago that happened, and since then, she's come out with a couple more things, highlighters, highlighting palettes, mystery boxes most recently, which I thought was a very weird choice, limited edition holiday things, and this is her first big launch really after that. And it's liquid lipsticks in the middle of a pandemic. you know? So it seemed like a weird choice to do right now, to come up with an entire line of nude lipsticks while everybody is covering their face with a mask. At least everybody in the United States should be. When I tell you, I wouldn't have seen this if my group chat hadn't brought it up today. I was like, because I don't follow Jaclyn, I don't follow Trend Mood, I don't follow a lot of these brands anymore. And so I was like, wait, what happened? Huh? That video, it took me 20 seconds. It took me 10 seconds to realize, oh, she's back at it again with her masterclass in manipulation. Oh my God. Jaclyn, one of the things that she is very good at is selling things. And another thing that she's very good at is cultivating a parasocial relationship by use of phrases like, oh, I love you guys, referring to her fans like they're her friends, and referring to her fans like they are solely responsible for her dreams coming true. And she constantly brings up these stories about standing in a Mac store years ago and wanting to start her own brand. And like all of these things happen because of her fans, and she has them to thank for it. And it's just very gushy, kind of like emotional manipulation, appealing to emotions and appealing to people who already love you and support you and want to support everything you do. So this video, when I saw it, I was like, what in the Tai Lopez is this? What actually is this? It's using sad, emotional, inspirational music. She randomly brings in her like teenage nieces into the video, being like,
I see my nieces, and I need to make sure that they know that their dreams can come true.
And it was just like such a non sequitur of everything. And I was like, you're launching lipsticks. Like, it's not that deep. But she makes it that deep. And she makes it that deep so that people feel the need to buy the stuff. And like I said, she's very good at selling things. I am 100% sure that Morphe would not be where they are today without Jaclyn Hill. Like, Morphe has Jaclyn to thank, to all of our detriment. So watching this video, I'm putting my Nick DeRamio clip breakdown hat because, oh my God, I love those videos. Holy shit, he's my new fave. Clip breakdown is literally one of my new favorite series. But going into this whole video, it's very MLM, be your own boss, kind of emotionally manipulative, boss babe, make your dreams come true. All you have to do is work hard. And I have you guys to thank. It's just very, very transparently that. And reading the comments below was kind of interesting because as somebody who's really not a fan of Jaclyn and doesn't really consume her content, never really has consumed her content at large, seeing the video, I was like, oh, what is this shit? This is appealing to emotion to like the most ridiculous degree. Like this is obvious. This is transparent as hell. But all of her fans were eating it up. So every comment I saw that wasn't from another influencer being like,
oh my God, yes, I love you. Oh my God.
So excited, congratulations.
Or all of these comments buying into the message of the video made me realize how good she is at manipulating her audience. She is truly very good at it. And she's been very good at it from the very beginning. Actually go watch Hannah's video about the evolution of Jaclyn Hill because it goes through it a lot. Because like I said, she's very good at selling things. So within like a 1-minute video, our heartstrings are already being pulled out. But the weirdest part, besides the sappy music and her 13-year-old nieces being in the video for no reason, was her general message that she said that when one door closes, another one opens, but I don't agree with that, and sometimes it takes somebody to knock down that door. Jaclyn, you're the one that closed the door to begin with after the first failure. She makes herself out to be the victim every single time she does this, time and time again, after wearing the canceled Halloween costume and constantly bringing up people bullying her for other things to negate the actual criticisms brought against her. She uses that as a way to victimize herself, to make people feel bad for her. And so because this happened 2 years ago, she's able to manipulate this narrative that it was other people that did her wrong and that's why she failed. That literally wasn't the case. Whether it was a lab that fucked up and that caused the initial problems, it was you and your team that dug your grave even further. It was not cancel culture that is the reason why her brand failed in the first place. Because she still has a career. Like, she clearly still is successful because she still has a career. She still gets tons of views on videos. She's still able to sell products. Her brand got put into Ulta after like a year of no new products. So like, she's still successful. So for her to like vaguely put the idea that like, oh, it was other people who put her through adversity. No. The only things that other people did that they shouldn't have done was make fun of her for gaining weight. That is one of those things that even when it's happening to somebody who I don't like I don't like her. Like, I'm not a fan of her. But as somebody who is not a small person and who has gained weight, and my weight has fluctuated so much over the last 15 years of my life, seeing other people make fun of somebody who I don't even like for her weight, that still hurts me. By taking those criticisms and by taking that hate that she got, and completely forgetting the criticisms and the, I don't want to say hate, but the call-outs that she got for her shady business practices, to negate all of those, that is manipulation at its finest. Because now you have all these new fans of hers, you have all these new people watching her content and consuming her content who don't even know the realities of what happened 2 years ago. But we remember. Like, I realize I'm kind of beating a dead horse 2 years later. Like, I realize that some people might think that like, Abby, give it up. But no, we never learned the truth about what happened. Some people never got their money back and never got an answer, and we never got an answer. And like I said, it was like the biggest failure of a launch I had seen from a brand up until then. Like, it was bad. Like, it was really bad. It was messy. It was like days on end where nobody was saying anything from the brand. It was like their Twitter and their Instagram were totally silent. I was flabbergasted with this video, with this announcement. And by the end of it, I just forgot it was about lipsticks. Like, I forgot that it was that she was launching lipsticks. All she did was make people feel bad for her. Anytime I see her releasing new things and people continuously buying it, I'm like, what is it gonna take for people to stop supporting her? And then I realize it's because she's sucked people in so well, and because she has established herself as like a relatable, like cool girl influencer for so long, and has brought in her audience like they're her friends, and has used these phrases and this language to make people feel like that they are her family for so long. When that, it's like, Jaclyn, everything you say about like loving YouTube and loving your audience and that it's your favorite thing, that is all tossed out the window when you go months at a time not uploading something, and then the only time you want to upload something is when you want to sell people things. It's like, you don't love your audience. You love their money. You love the money that they make you. It's one of those things where I'm like, how do people not see through this? Still, she's had enough chances, and in no universe would I buy any of her products.
As another one opens. And I disagree, because sometimes you have to break that door down. I have realized that with everything that I have been given in life, how important it is for me to be a role model to so many different people. I just have no choice but to stand up, to rise up, and be the best that I can be for them. Own your mistakes, own who you are, and be outspoken.
She didn't own her mistakes. She glossed over them. This entire video was glossing over all of it. Be pout-spoken, talking vaguely about adversity and talking vaguely about being bullied and about overcoming things, about all of that. What does that have to do with lipstick? It's giving me the ending of a reality show where somebody won a bunch of money to bring home to their family. It's giving me inspiration porn. It's giving me all of that, but it's not giving me an ad about lipsticks. It's baffling. And besides the fact that all the liquid lipsticks look like concealer shades, but you know. I saw through the bullshit from the beginning, and I will continue to see through the bullshit. And this is bullshit. Yeah, that was today's video. Definitely go check out Smoky Glow's video. I will leave it in the description as well as up in a card. How do you like my background? I really like it a lot. There's a lot of space in this room to like have slightly different backgrounds. So I'm excited. Yeah, let me know in the comments down below what are your thoughts on this new launch announcement. Yeah, it's a lot. Today's song of the day is Ooh, today's song of the day is Frankenstein by Editors because I was listening to Biffy Clyro on YouTube the other day and then it auto-played over to some Editors songs and I was like, I haven't heard this song. And it came out a year ago, so I was like, holy shit, missed a new song. What the heck? So yeah, Frankenstein by Editors is your song of the day. I hope you all are having a good week. I hope you are staying safe. I hope you are staying healthy and home and masked up. And getting vaccinated if you can, because that's super important. So yeah, check out all my social media links in the description down below. Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. I am less than 1,000 followers from 10,000 on Instagram, and I desperately want to get the swipe up feature. So if you want to see more of my home decor stuff before they're in videos, definitely check out my Instagram. That is abers07 with a 3. So check out the links in the description. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye!